out for official functions and therefore receive their apologies. It would have been the duty of the Registrar Academic Affairs to continue with the program. However, I want to tell you that Kisii University, as the theme has said, that it's reimagining inclusive and borderless knowledge through global health for sustainable development. I want to believe that this conference is going to make us rethink and ask ourselves, the knowledge we share, is it enhancing service to humanity? Is it enhancing lifestyle change and inclusiveness? So as we continue with the meeting, let that be at the back of our minds, that all the papers, all the ideas that are presented will work towards that. And as such, I want to end my remarks there and invite the DVC, Administration, Planning and Finance, Professor Nathan Oyaro, to come and welcome the Vice Chancellor as he makes his remarks. He's a professor of chemistry, atmospheric chemistry. Yes, and he's also the acting Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academic, Research and Student Affairs. Thank you. Welcome, Professor.
The guest of honor, the Vice Chancellor, researchers, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. On my behalf, not on behalf of the university, because the honor is there. On my behalf, I would like to welcome you to this conference, the third conference in this institution. And I don't know, I will sit in and see the type of research which we are going to present. And I'm giving out a challenge. When we were singing the national anthem for East Africa anthem, we said our traditions and our values, we must preserve them. Is this research which we do, is it preserving our traditions? Is it? You know, AI came, artificial intelligence, it can do most of the work, it can write for us, it can think for us. We have an extra brain in this case. So we don't need to think so much, we need to go to AI and we ask it and it will give us answers. So those times which we used to write and keep on writing, they are over. Because somebody is there, there's another second brain which does it very fast for you. But what are we bringing on board? Like products, let us say, if I give you a small example, they are traditional, we call them traditional healers who will use herbs to treat several types of ailments. What are the scientists doing? What have they done? What have the historians done? What are the people who are supposed to communicate? What have they done? The AI will not do for us. We have to do it ourselves. How have we made it better products from the brands which we see to packed pills or capsules which can be taken? Have we done that? Are we applying our research, or we are still trying to mine the knowledge? With the AI, which knowledge are we going to mine? If it is all of the chunk is put in there, see, it will retrieve it within 2 seconds. But it cannot come and mix. The people in the nutrition, what type of dishes have you made that I can go and buy in the market and I will get a balanced diet? And I will get also some vitamins which will prevent me from getting other things, or some apples in that food. Have you done it? Where is it? So this conference should be opening. We were told that this university is borderless, and it includes everybody. While we are borderless, we will also preserve our traditions and our values to make sure that our country moves forward. Remember, people say like this is what I hear people say, I will not go to take herbs since there is medicine, conventional medicine in the market. In pharmacies, do you know they are more harmful than the herbal which you are supposed to take? Have you ever thought that they are more harmful than that medicine you can go and take? Why are they harmful? They are synthetic. They have been manufactured in the lab. But the plant, as manufactured in the plant, meaning if you heat it, it will do whatever it is doing and it will break down. But some of us, we also mess up. Herbs also kill. Because we can get, like there are concoction where people take 14 types of herbs. They put them together. And when they put them together, they don't know the effect it will cause. Most of them become poisonous. There's synergism. They can enhance the effect of attacking if it is a bacteria or reduce completely. And if it reduces it completely, what it means, it becomes poison in yourself. I did a research to try and see how they act. And I found it is better for you to take medicine if you are taking herbs mixed, unless you know they have got synergy. But I have known that if you take them separately, maybe after 30 minutes, you would have an enhanced effect as compared to combining them, which can be poison to you. So I expect as we go for applied research as compared to theoretical, traditional type of research. Let us go to applied research. Let us have products. Let us have conservation. Let us have preservation in our areas of specialties. It is not my day. It is with this humble starting that I would like to take this opportunity to welcome Professor Nathan Oyoli Ogech, the Vice Chancellor of Kisii University, to address us.
Thank you, Nathan. This guy, give him a coffee. It's called Nathan, I'm called Nathan. Yeah. And he's talking about Kerry Check and Sagetiek. Okay? Sagetiek is herbs. Okay? Medicinal herbs are called Sagetiek in Kalenjin. And Kerry Check is now the medicine you buy from the counters in the shops, isn't it? I know we are late. We're behind schedule. And I believe in things being done in a very serious manner, in the way in which you began. But others want to say, everybody here looks, everything here is elegant. Just look nice, isn't it? Ready for the business, isn't it? If there's anything that I wanted to say, perhaps I might say it in the course of reading this very long speech. It's about 200 pages, the way I see it. So our distinguished guests, including our chief guest, our keynote speaker, who has come all the way from Koitalel, Samoei University. Esteemed scholars, researchers, exhibitors, members of the Third Estate. I thought I saw some of them. The professors of this university, the entire community of Kisii University, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. So it's my honor to welcome you to the third International Multi-Disciplinary Conference here at Kisii University, the third. and I'm grateful for your presence here today and for the intellectual energy and lived experiences which you'll be bringing to this scholarly event. So, ladies and gentlemen, we introduced an annual international conference, research conference tradition not long ago. We are about 14 years old, but the tradition of an annual international conference is not 14 years old. Remember, this is the third. The first international conference was held in the 2021-2022 financial year or academic year, and it was themed Repositioning Education in Changing Times. So in 2021, 2022, we were repositioning education. Then, in 2024-2025 academic year, we had our second international conference. That one was themed Strengthening African Economies Through Innovations for Sustainable Development. Not just development, but sustainable development. And it was what? Focusing on African economies. The other one was what? Talking about education without any borders. This time, we came down a bit. We had our borders, but of course, knowledge has no borders. Omori, does it have any borders? It doesn't. And today, we are convening here under a theme that is both timely and transformative. Timely and transformative. No transformational. Transformational means you have an intention to bring change. You know those theories of leadership, styles, transactional, transformational, and the like. But when we are transformative, the professor from Appalachian University is here. I don't know how they do it in politics. But what I know is this, in the transformative approach is that you actually want to disrupt and the change must come. The other one is just an intention. So the theme this year, which is both timely and transformative, is reimagining inclusive and borderless knowledge through global health for sustainable development. So you can see sustainable development is still there. We want a development, but whichever development we are talking about must be sustainable. At all times, it must be sustainable. But I'm glad we are talking about, we now reimagine the inclusion. We reimagine the borderlessness that we have always talked about here. I'm saying that the theme is an invitation and a call to action for us to rethink how knowledge is generated. But we should start this way: how knowledge is preserved, how it is generated, how it is disseminated, and how it can be applied to build a healthier, more resilient, and more equitable world. We meet at a time when our world continues to experience complex and interlinked challenges. They include pandemics that ignore borders, a changing climate that spares no one, food insecurity that robs families and children their futures, rapid technological disruptions, widening inequalities that tear at the fabric of society, name them. For example, the world is presently staring and struggling with a borderless pandemic, Ebola. They may be calling it Bundi something Uguyo or whatever it is. because perhaps the first cases were reported at that place called Bundi something in DRC. But that thing is borderless. I was reading something yesterday from Eldoret, some alert that was given by the MTRH. MTRH is Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital. And they were showing how Eldoret can be anything, and people should not imagine that they are safe. That is a route that you use to get to Rwanda, through Busia, through where? Through Maraba. You get to Rwanda, you get to Burundi. Of course, you get to DRC, isn't it? Or much of the timber that we use in this country comes from where? The serious timber comes from DRC. Yeah. The food that we eat, part of it is from Uganda and the like. People travel for burials, for ceremonies, for conferences like this, isn't it? And we're imagining that it is just confined. There's a border which was created in 1884, 1885 during the Berlin Conference. Because when you are at Professor Wanyama's place, Professor Wanyama, for those of you who may not know it, is the DVC academics, he's on leave. He says he comes from Busia, but ideally he is just from Busia, Uganda, once in a while. He went to primary school in Busia, Uganda. He showed me the school. So when he goes home, he doesn't say that there is a Uganda and therefore there is a border. All these were created by the colonialists. Here where we are, apart from those of us who have come from elsewhere, and whom we are going to thank shortly, we have a nice route that goes all the way to Tanzania. Professor Kisii Lutabingwa will tell you that he is from the US, but he is also from around here. And from Tanzania, they are neighbors with the Burundi and DRC Congo, isn't it? So we are just one people. It's borderless. These realities are teaching us a simple but profound lesson. Neither nation, institution, nor a single academic discipline. Neither nation, okay? Neither institution or university or a single academic discipline can wholesomely tackle modern challenges. We cannot be in isolation. In sum, exclusivity and national borders created by colonialists do not work. And therefore, falling from above, this conference is a crucial platform for reflection, innovation, and collective problem solving. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a multidisciplinary international conference. And this is because it transcends our traditional academic disciplines, domiciled in our diverse departments and schools. For instance, a look at the broad sub-themes guiding this conference, namely human cultures and health systems, environmental conservation and food security, holistic education, scientific analytics, community-based innovations, law and governance, business models for health systems, and digital transformation all reflect multidisciplinarity through inter- and cross-disciplinary investigations through which global problems can be holistically addressed. Ladies and gentlemen, here at Kisii University, we remain committed to nurturing scholarship that is inclusive, transformative, and globally relevant. Our approach has been and must continue being disruptive if we have to create impact. We must endeavor to emerge as a center of excellence for societal transformation. We must provide spaces where research-generated knowledge results in innovation and commercialization. And finally, we must be a hub where research translates into real-world impact on our farms, in health centers, in school classrooms, in factories, in policy formulation, name them. That should be our goal. Ladies and gentlemen, for a long time, the traditional university's mandates were about three. We were talking about teaching. We are talking about research and publication, so that you perish, you either publish or what? Or perish. At one point we were talking about publish and flourish. Okay? And then we were also talking about community engagement or extension. Traditionally, that's what we talked about. But the mandates are now expanded. We are now talking about teaching, research, community engagement, innovation, and commercialization. For the last few years, we at Kisii University have done our part. If it's teaching, if it is research, if it's community extension, we have tried. We have developed curricula over and above those ones which we inherited from Egerton University. We have taught so many students at undergraduate, at postgraduate. We have strengthened quality assurance mechanisms so that those that come out of here are well baked for the globe. And we have graduated so many of these students, that's what I'm saying. In fact, I'm saying that we have even done research and published, isn't it? To an extent that we were recently ranked number 37 in Kenya. How many of you know that we were ranked number 37? The universities, public universities are about 42, 43. All the universities in Kenya, all the universities in Kenya are about 74. We were ranked number 37. Even those universities that you imagine are not doing well were either number 3 or number 4. We were ranked number 37. But I'm glad that we are number 37, not just among universities. Some of those ones who beat us